I've been thinking about and praying a lot for people who consider themselves to be a part of the LGBTQ+ community. And I have to say that I'm quite concerned about the laws being pushed within my home country at the moment. These laws are designed to protect this group from speech that may be deemed hateful, and counsel that goes against what the government has decided to hold to as true. Though I worry that what the government has meant for good will instead bring harm, and that the people these laws seek to silence are actually the people who probably need to start talking the loudest. Now, I don't mean any ill will towards anyone, and I believe that everyone needs to feel safe and have a sense of belonging within their families and communities, and therefore no one should ever be rallying anyone towards physical violence or actual hate. But I think it is too easy to simply say that love is love, therefore hate is hate, without really thinking about what these really mean, what they are and what they are not. From what I have seen and experienced in this world, I do not believe that people are always the best judges of what love really is. While the Bible holds up God as the ultimate example of love and talks about love in terms of patience, correction, mercy, forgiveness and self-sacrifice, I have known many people who have had their understanding and perspectives of love warped in a way that has had them view it instead in terms of pleasure or lust, desiring or being desired, or even having love attributed to such horrible things as abuse, emotional escape, or control. People can spend their whole lives looking for love in all the wrong places, just to realize that what they were chasing after wasn't love at all, and that what they were chasing after could be better described as the hope of love, or at least a useful distraction from loneliness or despair. We can be told that love is love, so hate must be hate. But for an addict, what they love destroys them, and what they hate or should hate is often the exact thing they run to for comfort, security, excitement, belonging, or peace. It is not loving to let people run towards danger without warning them. And it is not hateful to challenge people's worldviews, desires, or even sense of self if this is done from a genuine place of care and concern, as an important part of love is correction and guidance, as love is not exclusively about acceptance or affirmation. We may think that it is loving to protect people from discourse and worldviews that challenge their desires, identity, or even their very sense of self, though the love of God in no way ever encourages us to avoid pain or confrontation, but instead spurs us on to grapple with our struggles and to lay them down and trust at Jesus' feet, as His Spirit leads us and helps us to process and understand our thoughts and emotions through His perspective and with His counsel and comfort. Our most authentic selves are not found through our feelings or self-perceptions, but must instead be based on our Creator's perspective and the love that He has already proven and displayed to us through self-sacrifice. And this is why I'm worried about the laws being pushed in my home country and how they will impact on those who identify with the rainbow community. I've been told that those who consider themselves as LGBTQ+ are 5 times more likely to suffer in my country from mental health issues and suicide than any other identity group, and therefore affirmation and acceptance are the keys to their well-being. Though I am worried that these laws will not solve their problems, and that if we affirm every gender expression, promote every form of sexual desire, fund every surgery, silence every voice of dissension or opposition, and proclaim love to be love and hate to be hate, that they will still be overrepresented in mental health and suicide statistics. Because the Holy Spirit's goal is to transform us into who we are truly meant to be, and our most authentic selves are found in His leading, not the leading and embracing of our attractions, the satisfying of our cravings, or the running after our aspirations, or anything that is not in line with God's desires for us or based upon His relationship with us, as these things will ultimately only ever leave us empty and unfulfilled. Whether you've just come out of surgery, are processing childhood trauma, or engaging with views or opinions that challenge your identity, worldview, sense of self, or even reality as a whole, turmoil and conflict are not always things that need to be avoided or that we need to protect ourselves and others from. Why? Because healing hurts. Love isn't always what we make it out to be, and sometimes the words we hate are what we need to hear the most. So if my government does push through with the law changes it has planned, and if outcomes do not change for the LGBTQ+ community, then I really pray that people will start to understand that protecting people from difficult and sometimes confrontational discourse is actually not the most loving thing to do. And that the hateful voices my government is currently seeking to silence and suppress, all in the name of love, inclusion and tolerance, may not have actually been voices of hate at all, even though it may have hurt to hear them.